So, Kasey, talk about, got to feel good about the little momentum you got out of Chicagoland, and now you're coming to a racetrack where you had success just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, we felt good about Chicago. We started the chase off on a good note, and team did a really nice job. It was we were close. We weren't as good as Brad and Jimmy, but we were pretty close. So we have a lot to build on there. And coming back to Loudon is I like this place. We've ran pretty good here at times, and we're right in the mix the first race and ended up getting the win here. So hopefully Sunday we can put together another strong performance, qualify good this afternoon, and put together a good performance on Sunday.
We'll take questions now for Kasey. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll start with Claire, and then we'll work our way around. Go ahead, Claire.
Claire Belang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. I had some callers on my show last night who said, Kasey's quiet, and he's not all about, shouting out things, I'm going to win this race or whatever, but quietly and seriously, you guys are kind of moving up through the pack. How would you gauge your championship contention level right now as you look at where things stack up?
Well, I feel like we've kind of slowly made ground all season long since about the 7th, 8th race. We've made progress and have got closer. We've had great cars. The team, I feel like we get stronger each week together, and last week was probably our best overall race that we've had all year. We didn't win, but minus the not winning, I think overall we did a really good job. And so to me, everything keeps getting better. And I would like to keep gaining points. We've done it all year. I think we can keep going in that direction slowly, and it's going to get tougher as it goes for sure. We could, this place something could happen and fall back a little bit, but the points are still really close. So I think until you get to about the 5th race, there's really just who knows where everybody's going to go. But I think that we have a strong team, and everything's kind of really looks good for us right now.
Go ahead, Lee.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. What's the biggest difference from, obviously you're with a new organization and everything, but you still have the nucleus of your old team pretty much together. So what's been the biggest gains that you have made? What makes you feel like you are indeed a chase contender?
I would say there's a lot of little things, some big things as well. The teams, some of the guys are the same guys that we've had for a while, so that's good for myself because I understand everyone. And then we have some of the 5 guys from last year and a few others from Hendrick Motorsports. So I think some of that has taken time to get to where we're at and feel really confident with everybody, and then feel confident with me. My teammates, being able to work with them and take things from Jimmy, Jeff, Dale, the way that they explain things or the way that they may do different than what we have in the past. I think that's helped me a lot. I think having an engine that runs great at every single track we go to is probably the first time in my career I've never once had to think, man, I'm a little bit off at this point of the track engine-wise, and that's something that this is a first. So that's a big thing, and then just the people that are always looking for more. Always looking for more at Hendrick Motorsports, those guys that, each week we have a little bit better this, a little bit better that, and, I don't think we've had that. So I think there's a lot of little things, but the teammates is a big thing to me. I felt like going into this season that would be a big thing, and it has been, just to have that caliber of guys to kind of look at and listen to.
Let's go with David right here, and then we'll go to Mike.
David Scott from the Charlotte Observer. Kasey, on the other side of that, what do you bring to the table? What kind of input do you give to those 3 guys?
Well, I think myself and Kenny Francis, and we've been to a lot of different organizations over the last 3-4 years. We went through a lot, ups and downs, and so I would say we've seen the way other people do things, and we brought some of our own ideas, that Kenny's came up with and over the years. So I think when you're in one place for a long period of time, a lot of the things you see and do are very similar. You're always trying to make gains, but they're similar. And we've been out of the box at different companies. So, I think we brought some a little bit because of that. And then myself personally, I don't know, I like working well with people, and I've always, thought a lot of the guys that I get to work with now. So I think just bringing a good attitude and hopefully, some good, things that I may do on the racetrack or something, and explain in some of our meetings, maybe some of that stuff helps those guys. But I think an attitude and just wanting to be part of it is probably the best thing that I bring.
Let's go ahead, Mike.
Kasey, Mike Cullity with the Union Leader. You and your teammate Jimmy Johnson ran a triathlon earlier this summer. How much physical training do you do, and how does being in good shape help you on the track?
I do a good bit of training each week, but when I was preparing for that mini triathlon, sprint triathlon, I would say I was doing more of things back to back to back. So I would, rather than just doing a long run or in some core, I was doing a run, some core, biking, swimming, all that stuff back to back to back. So it was, I would say just being able to last longer, having that type of strength was probably what I was doing earlier. But I still work out as much as I can, and I enjoy that. I like being kind of prepared and feel like when the race is over, I could go another 300, 400, 500 miles, whatever we had to, if that was the case.
Other questions for Kasey? Let's go in the back row, and then we'll go back to Claire.
Kasey, John Williams, Racing News Network. It seems like the field is close this year in terms of parity, and I've talked to a number of other drivers, including Denny Hamlin last week, and he was saying that he just feels as though one of the most important things is staying close and finishing well throughout the chase, including the idea that you don't have to win a bunch of races to win this championship. How do you feel about that as we head into the second race?
Well, I think it's really competitive. It's really close from lap times to each team, each company with each one of their drivers, and it's close each week. So I kind of liked seeing some of those other guys up there last week. I liked seeing guys that aren't in the chase, because that gets you a few more points on the guys that are in the chase, the group that I'm racing with now. So it's good to see that as long as you're in front of that group, and we were last week, so that's good for us. But I feel like consistency is going to be big, but you're going to have to win a little. Those bonus points add up pretty quick from winning and leading laps. And 10 races is really a long time. It's not a 2-3 race dash. It's 10 races. So, I think those extra bonus points will be pretty crucial as we get, into those final 2 or 3 races.
Go ahead, Claire.
Claire Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. In essence, everybody talks about Matt Kenseth being sort of the stealth. Could you kind of be a little bit of the stealth? You're not loud talking. You're not throwing out that you're going to win. You really don't. You're not out there kind of waving it in front of everyone, but you're a very solid racer.
I think Matt's really good at that. I watched what he's done forever, and he's always been pretty quiet. I don't even see him. You're running third or fourth all day. You don't see the 17, and then he passes you with 30 laps to go and runs second or wins. And I've seen that since I came into the sport. So I'd say Matt's better at that than myself for sure. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty quiet and just kind of do my own thing. I work hard to try to be the best at what I can, and I think having a good team surrounding you and being able to communicate and things is something that I've worked really hard on, because I know how much Kenny Francis has done for me over the years. So that's a big part of it for me. And yeah, I'm not really a trash talker or anything like that. I just get up and try to do my thing and go to sleep.
Let's go here, Matt.
Kasey, Matt Warnez, WWLP.com. MWR has got 2 cars in the chase this year, and that's pretty big for them. But for you guys at Hendrick, 4 cars in the chase. How big is it?
I feel like what MWR did this year was great. I mean, they've came a long ways in a short period of time, so I was really impressed to have really good drivers there and teams and things. To be part of Hendrick Motorsports, the first time they've put all 4 cars in the chase, and be part of that, I feel really good about it. And I think any one of our cars is capable of winning any one of these races and the championship. So it's nice to be part of a really strong organization like that. And I know Mr. Hendrick wanted us to do that at the start of the year. He made it known, and it felt good that we were able to do that for him.
Any other questions for Kasey? Lee?
Just a quick follow-up. Junior was saying that he started to work out too yet. Have you worked out with Junior yet? I know you've worked out with Jimmy in the past, but has Junior become part of that group?
No, I haven't worked out with him yet, but I've heard that, and just kind of just looking at him and talking to him and seeing him after the races and stuff these days, he looks really good. You know, I feel like he's definitely after it. So that's good. It's neat that he's doing that and trying something a little different than what maybe he's done in the past.